Hey y'all, it's Linnell. I just completed my 4th full month of living on cruise ships, and I'm happy to announce that I stayed within my $2,000 a month budget. As you can see, I'm here on Carnival Venezia in one of their conference rooms. It's right next to the main dining room. In this video, I'm going to reveal how much the cruises cost me. I'm on here for 5 cruises, but I'm going to show you how much the cruises cost me for this month, the month of October. And all the related expenses, everything related to me cruising, and then I'm going to also show you my other expenses that are not related to cruising. If you watch to the end, I'm also going to reveal my YouTube income, how much YouTube paid me to make these videos, and how I invested that money. So let's go. Hey y'all, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm Linnell. I sold everything and now I live on cruise ships full time. I sold my house, left a toxic marriage, quit a toxic job, and now I travel the world with just a small suitcase and a backpack. If this video is a blessing to you, I want to encourage you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on notifications. Hit the bell for all notifications so that you never ever miss another video. And follow me on my journey from poverty to paradise. The first 3 days in October, I stayed at an IHG hotel over in New Jersey. Y'all, it was expensive. Even using my points so I could get a discount, and when I use points I also avoid taxes, it was still pretty expensive, at least for me, what I'm used to. So these 3 nights came to $140 per night, so that was a total of $420. It included breakfast, but that was still pretty expensive for me. As most of you know, on October 4th, I hopped on Carnival Venezia for 5 back-to-back cruises, and since most of the cruises for this ship, at least right now, I know it's moving over to Port Canaveral later, so if you're watching from the future and it's not in New York anymore, hi friends from the future. You can see for the first cruise I paid $246.65. Now that does not include the $200 deposit that I got back in onboard credit, so I count that separate since I use that for, it usually covers the gratuities and certain other expenses. You'll see more of that later in the video. For the second leg of the cruise, the port fees and taxes were $272.65. The third leg of the cruise was a 10-day cruise, just like the first one, and the amount was the same. So putting all of that together, I ended up spending almost $1,200, but notice that it's for 35 days. Now on to my other cruise expenses for October. I mentioned in my last video that my flight, which was on October 1st from New Orleans to New Jersey, it cost me $5.60 with American Airline points, and I got those points free for signing up for their credit card. When I left the New Jersey hotel, so they have free transportation between the hotel and the airport, I took the free shuttle from the hotel to the airport, and then I used Carnival's transportation service to get from the airport to the ship, and that cost me $45. Now here are my expenses that I actually had on the ship during the first leg. Nothing really out of the ordinary on my other cruise expenses. I had my usual mani-pedi that I usually get maybe every 4 to 6 weeks. The only thing that is a little different was that I took a tour of the Dominican Republic. The city was called Puerto Plata. It's over near the port of where we dock is called Amber Cove. So I did take a cruise excursion there, an excursion from the ship, and it cost me $60. For this 10 days, I had $179 for my other expenses, and then I had $198 towards my miscellaneous expenses. For the second leg of the cruise, you can pretty much see I had the same expenses, I had the same cruise expenses as the first leg, but I didn't really spend, I didn't spend anything in the miscellaneous category. For the third leg of the cruise, I had the same types of expenses, but I did catch a really, really bad cold on I think it was the second night of this cruise here. I'm not sure if you could tell, but I'm still a little congested, but it was a really nasty cold. I spent 4 days in my cabin trying to pretty much just self-isolate, just so I wouldn't spread it. But I did have the internet, and I checked on Facebook, and come to find out a lot of people had got it. So I don't know if I self-quarantined for nothing, but yeah, a lot of people ended up getting the same bug. Thankfully I already had medication on me, so that helped. But to self-quarantine, I basically just ordered room service for breakfast, and then like a late lunch that kind of ended up being a late lunch, early dinner, and I did that for 4 days. I came out probably day 5 or 6, and then I was still a little congested, so I walked around with my mask on, but Anyway, that's what those room service charges are for. I normally do room service occasionally, but I usually don't do that many room services, so that's why it's so higher than what I would usually spend. So putting all that together for the 35 days, the total amount I spent in October for the cruise was just shy of $2,000. And here is a list of all of my expenses for October. When I was at the hotel over in Jersey, I was able to eat all my breakfasts at the hotel lobby. But I ordered groceries from Instacart, which they ended up getting them from, they can get them from different stores. So I ordered from Walmart, and Instacart delivered, so I didn't have to eat out for my lunches and my dinners. Let's see here. I probably spent way too much money on extras in the Dominican Republic, but y'all, I don't regret nothing. Everything was good. The shore excursion was really good, so I gave them a tip. Just different things that you see circled in red are my expenses over in Dominican Republic. One thing that is not on here is my casino play. I did play in the casino once on the ship, not for points or to get a free cruise or anything like that. I just felt like playing, but I didn't put that down here because I just popped $50 in the machines. I only played 2 machines, and by the time I left, it was like I had one by the time I left, I was at $57.95, and then the machine got stuck. So it ended up being a hand pay. So I'm running around telling everybody I got a hand pay. But then, so someone when you get a hand pay is usually not for $57, y'all. But when you get a hand pay, it's usually something big, and then you want to tip the person who comes and cash you out. So I gave him $5, so I pretty much just came out even. But I had a good 30 minutes of fun playing on the machines. I was down to like my last $2, and then I hit a bonus, and I'm like, nope, that's it. I'm done. So yeah, nothing to write home about, but I had fun for 30 minutes. Let's see the next slide. So all in all, this was a pretty good, pretty average month for me. I wanted to stay below my $2,000 budget, but the port fees and taxes were higher per day, probably because of the length of the cruises, and the port stops that we went to were different. Normally we stop in Nassau, Cozumel, those kinds of ports, but this time we stopped in St. Thomas, Grand Turk, San Juan, some different ports that I had never been to before, so that was really cool to go see those ports. But if you look at the chart in the top middle of the screen, you can see there that my cruise expenses in September were $1,004, whereas this month the cruises were $1,537. One of the reasons for that was, besides the difference in the port fees and taxes because of the different ports that we went to, but also because in September I went for 30 days, and in October this is for 35 days. So I would expect for it to be a little bit more higher since it is more days, right? But excuse me, if I divide the total cruise expenses for this month by the total cruise expenses of $2,089 by 35 days, that comes to $60 a day. So more than last month. Last month was $52 a day, but I'm still under my $65 per day goal. So I am very happy about that. I wish I could get it lower. As I mentioned before, my holiday cruises are going to be a little bit more expensive than all of my cruises weren't free. They were just heavily discounted, so they're not going to be as low. So I'm really trying to keep my average for the year, an average monthly budget of $2,000. Once I'm past the holidays, mainly December and then New Year's Day, then I go back to some more free cruises. Well, free as in I just pay the port fees and taxes. So then my average will go back down again. But yeah, in the next couple months it's probably going to go up. So hopefully this helps you see how booking casino deals can drastically cut your vacation costs, or if you're thinking about moving on if you're thinking about living on cruise ships like I am, hopefully this shows you how affordable it can be. If you haven't seen my video yet from last week on how I find cheap cruises, make sure you check that out. How to find cheap cruises that are not casino deals. So hopefully that video is helpful for some, if not most of you. For anyone who is curious about my income, regular viewers to the channel, they know that I don't have income. I'm living off of my savings and investments, but I started this channel in July, so August I unexpectedly became monetized, so I have been sharing my income with on the channel. As you can see from this chart here that YouTube provided me, I'm still averaging about 2,000 views per day, and that ends up ended up, get some water. I almost made it to the end. Excuse me. So yeah, the average of 2,000 views per day ended up bringing in another $1,000 in October. Yeah, I'm totally surprised by that, pleasantly, happily surprised by that, because my first month in August, it was like 300. Last month was when I had that one unicorn video, that my very first video kind of blew up, which was, I think it was like 1,400, 1,300, something like that. So I was expecting the income to go back down to 300 a month maybe. But yeah, it was almost 1,100 in October. So I am very pleasantly pleased with that. I use most of it to just invest back into the channel. At the beginning of October, I took some classes and I attended the Exodus Summit that I mentioned in my channel before. All of that is to help me learn more about traveling, basically traveling abroad, to go into all these different countries and things I need to know. So the first 2 legs of the cruise, I paid for the super expensive cruise Wi-Fi. So one, I could keep up with the classes, well, you know, listen to the classes, follow, keep up with them, and also so I could load the YouTube videos. Normally I load the videos when I come back to port, or if I'm in a port where I get Wi-Fi, like Mexico and US, any kind of US Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. But other than that, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I have to pay for it. So I just decided to go ahead and so I can make sure I get those classes and I upload all the YouTube videos that I needed to load. I paid for the Wi-Fi for those 21 days, and y'all can see the price of it. Oh my God. Whew, the cruise, I don't know, they making out, ain't they? Ooh, these amounts, ooh, get me choked up. All right, and that's with the discount that I got for booking the Wi-Fi before getting on the cruise. So if I would have waited till I got on the cruise, it would have been way more than that. I think it's $35 when you're on the cruise, and if you pay for it before the cruise, it's $21 per day. Whew, all right, that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. But I needed it, and hey, you guys watched the video, so that supplied me with the income to be able to do it. Also sent a donation to the church that I attend virtually, and I invested in a site called TubeBuddy. That helps me understand who you all are as an audience and what kind of content you like versus which videos I should probably stop making. For instance, when I dug into some of the information that it gave me, I can see that most of the viewers are my age, in their 50s or higher, and half of the viewers who come to the channel are new, so they have not seen any of my videos yet, which that was very surprising to me. And that reminds me that whenever I'm making a new video, I need to always introduce myself, so that's why I always have an introduction at the beginning of my videos. And it also tells me that you all are here for the content on cruises and not so much about, I make videos on hotels, hotel reviews, and other different things regarding traveling in the videos on the channel. So this kind of tells me you guys as viewers are not really interested in those, to, you know, kind of just stick to, as much as possible, stick to the cruise content. So I'm going to continue to learn. For those of you who are still watching at this point, thank you. I said all that to say that this is no longer, now that I'm making income from it, and I'm meeting people on ships who watched my channel and have gotten feedback, who gave me feedback, and also from all the comments that I see that you all are making. This was initially just a hobby for me, something my kids encouraged me to do so I wouldn't be bored on a cruise ship. Who could ever get bored on a cruise ship? I think I could stay here a year and never get bored, but they do have the same shows and things like that, so maybe my kids were onto something. But I said all that to say this is no longer going to be a hobby for me. I see that you all are interested in this kind of content, and I want to be able to help you make plans for your future cruises. And thank you for subscribing, and please continue to let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed, anything that you want me to elaborate on, whether it's in the comments or in another video, or if you have an idea, something you want to see when I go to a port or when I'm on a new ship, something, an idea that you want me to make a video about, please let me know. I'll I'll definitely be cognizant of that and try to make videos that are valuable to you as a viewer. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I think that's it. Yeah, hope to see you on the next cruise. Hi, I'm almost done. You're fine. All right, y'all, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you on the next cruise.